Hey, Coach.
Hey,
Joseph, the Bet Under Collective. Not to start on a negative, but do you have any thoughts on the officiating in this game?
no comment. Just trying to get me in trouble.
I have to follow
For
up
what
on,
it's worth, there was some F-bombs dropped in this.
not to try and get you in trouble, but Sarah was talking about that the ref wouldn't even talk to her as a captain, wouldn't even converse with her. I was just curious, did you, again, have any conversation with the ref? Would they kind of give you any explanation?
No.
No? Thank you.
Sarah said after the two VAR calls, maybe, unlike earlier in the season, the team, their mentality didn't shift. They really persisted forward. If anything, it even motivated them. What do you think that says about the growth of this team to be able to put those calls behind them and persist forward, trying, not to come back?
Yeah, I think we have to be really proud of our second half performance. I think obviously coming back from two calls VAR is tough, but I actually think it helped us to grow. And I think we were just pushing and pushing and pushing. Like we put the ball in the back of the net 4 times. I think we created multiple chances. I think if there was another minute or two, like we had them on the ropes, and that is a massive growth mindset from us that like we can keep going and we can dig out moments. And I think I said at the end of the game to the players, like we've got to put the first half behind us, and we've got to use that second half mentality and fight that we had through the rest of the season, because that second half team wins games. That second half team gives us a real chance to go into the post game and give ourselves an opportunity, the postseason, and give us ourselves an opportunity. And I'm proud of the players for that. I think that's always hard when things go against you. It becomes exhausting and tiring, and it's like you constantly keep knocking on the door. But I'm really proud of the whole group, players on the field, players off the field. Like there was an energy and a vibe, and it was like a never say die attitude. And ultimately, that's going to pull us through as we get to the end of the season.
Hi, Becki. What have you seen from Alyssa over the past few weeks that's kind of helped her gain this newfound confidence and get these quick starts we've seen over the past couple games?
Yeah, I think just remaining true to who she is and keeping in her identity and the way she plays. And I think the confidence that the team has shown her and the belief that the team has shown her, they've rallied around her. She works incredibly hard every single day in training, and the group, the staff, the club, like we believe in her and her talent, and I think she feels that and she knows that. And I think it's really important that Alyssa continues to develop and grow as a player, but she just has to love the game. Like it's so hard at the young age sometimes to feel that pressure, and people have high expectations all the time. And for Alyssa, it's about loving the game. She's a special talent, and this group, I said, has such love and support for her. It's really cool to see how loved she is here.
Hi, Coach. Just quickly, can you talk about the second and third goals from Seattle? Sort of what did you all see, and what are you looking to improve or fix about that going forward?
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. There's so many goals in this game in the end. I think when I look at the goals that we conceded and I reflect immediately, I have to watch it back. I don't think I set the team up to be so successful in the first half. I think we got caught in transition. I think both Jazz and MA were high in moments, and Seattle punished us for that. And I think that's something I have to reflect on. I think maybe I didn't set the team up for success in those moments. But again, we'll look at them as a team, and I think that the goal kick that we gave away the penalty from kept happening to us, and we just got caught out. But defensive transition is something that we have to improve in. But again, like I can say that right now in this moment, I feel like some of my decisions in the first half of the game are probably what didn't really set the team up for success. I think we were able to change that a little bit more in the second half. And like I said, I'm just really proud of the players' mentality and determination and performance in the second half.
Hey, Coach. I don't mean this to come off as like a silly question at all, but I genuinely am curious. What do you do in moments of like complete frustration and anguish that sometimes during this game you may have like gone through? How do you yourself keep like a level head, and how do you translate that to the rest of your players to continue to fight and not get into this rut of complaining about officiating?
Yeah, honestly, I think you have to use these moments as motivation, and we have to look at ourselves first. We always talk about it. We can talk about every external thing that's ever happened to us as a team, as a club, but the first thing you have to do is look within. And like I will always reflect on myself. The team is always like very vulnerable and open, and that reflective piece is really important. I think again, like I said, that fight and that grit and that like us against the world mentality is the mentality that we have as this group. And when you sit in the locker room and when you're in training, like the team truly cares about each other and they have each other's backs. And I think you can see that from minute one to minute however many we played tonight. And I think that is signs for me of a team that is a never say die team.
Emma has kind of worked her way back into the starting lineup, obviously dealt with some injuries as well. She gets back-to-back games with an assist. Kind of, what have you seen from her, not only on the field, but in training, working her way back into the starting lineup?
Yeah, I think, again, obviously, May in the attacking third with her left foot, like, she provides balls that just set us up to succeed in those moments. And I think for her, it, again, is about staying healthy. With time comes confidence, with assists come more confidence. And I think this season and this league is so long, and our priority now is to keep MA healthy so we can get the best version of her every week.
Coach, just kind of on a positive note, there was a dominance to the connectedness of your play in this game. And if you kind of look back at the beginning of the season and the evolution of this team, do you feel like there's something special that's emerging in terms of the offensive connectedness, even with Kristen now entering the lineup?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, the ball went into the back of the net 4 times, and that's something we really struggled with in the first half of the season. And again, it was scrappy. There was some brilliant goals. There was some really good moments from us. And I think if we were sat here saying we didn't create, it's a different story. I think where we've come from the first half of the season and we've grown, is just being so sure of our identity and staying so disciplined and bought into who we want to be. And I think that is now coming out on the field. It takes time. It's not a quick thing. Like, this club is 3 years old. It's not a club that has an identity that's built from years and years and years. And I think you can really start to see that we are becoming, and our identity is really clear. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.